You are about to experience a heart attack. Welcome to Crowdfunding Comics' craziest new pitch show.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of your mom's favorite rapid-fire crowdfunding comics YouTube show, Heart Attack. Today's guest is Steve Urena to talk about his sloth, I can't even believe I'm saying this, sloth horror comedy, Slowpokes 2, funding now on Kickstarter. Good to see you again, Steve.
Good to see you. Good to see everybody.
Yeah, so to remind everybody, Steve is going to have 5 minutes on the clock to answer a flurry of questions to convince you to go back Slowpokes. You ready, man?
Let's do it.
All right, let me get the clock started. All right, give me your elevator pitch for Slowpokes 2.
Slowpokes 2, Sloth Horror Slaughter of the Summer. It is the sequel to the first Slowpokes, which had fast killer sloths go on a rampage. This time we're at a summer camp. It's heavyweights meets Friday the 13th, as we are at a weight management camp this time around. So I am very excited because the sloths are in their natural habitat of the forest, and they're going to be preying on unsuspecting victims.
Oh my gosh. So catch me up on what happened to the original Slowpokes, and you've alluded a little bit to where we're going with the summer camp already in 2. So
yes, so the first Slowpokes, it took place at like an indoor carnival from a deranged scientist who had it in her facility, and the sloths got free and ended up killing everybody on a school trip. So it's a nice transition. Like for me, with the Slowpokes, every time I do an issue, if it could touch another genre or for another type of horror thing, I would love to keep continuing that.
well, why summer camp specifically? Do you have a bad experience as a kid, or do you just like to corrupt safe jobs?
I mean, I just figured that the next logical step. I thought so. The last one took place, or the last one was run during Halloween. I was like, all right, well, that's Halloween. What can we do? So I'm like, hashtag Hot Sloth Summer. Yeah, that's perfect. So we do the summer camp theme. You got kind of Friday the 13th like stuff. You got heavyweights type stuff. I thought it was a perfect mishmash of all the things that I love, and also I love summer so much.
So where in the hell did this idea of killer sloths come from?
Killer sloths came from my love of sci-fi movies or going to Blockbuster when I was a kid and seeing all the crazy, Mansquito or Sharknado. And so one day I was messing around with my friends and I was like, oh, what are they going to do next? Sloths that become fast. And that kind of stuck with me. And from then on, I just was like, I need to do this. I got to figure it out. So when I started taking classes at Comic Experience, that was the story that I ended up telling. And it got good reviews in the class. And I was like, you know what? The script is done. Let me put it out and let's see what happens. And here we are with Slowpokes 2, which I can't even fathom.
So how'd they get super fast?
Sloths became fast based around, so the scientist, Eden Rare, she is working on a way to make sloths fast so they can, help move the population. So they put it happens scientifically where they inject them with something and then they become fast based around that. Okay. But basically it's to help them in the environment because they move so slow. It's like, all right, this will speed them up and help them breed.
Okay. Yeah. The premise has me just cracking up. So what made you want to blend horror and comedy?
I love both, and I'm a natural goofball. So for me, I think there's not as much horror and comedy together in comics. So for me, I was like, well, that'll help me stand out. And that's something where you can kind of be free to do whatever you want. Horror is a very good space because, there's no stopping any idea. You can do whatever idea. You can do Killer Sofa and people will love it. So I thought with horror comedy, I was like, all right, sloths, people like sloths. If I can somehow make this, this is a ridiculous concept to begin with. If I could do horror and comedy together, then I think it would be a match made in heaven.
All right. Who's going to love this book?
People who love horror, people who love sloths, people who love comedy, people who love, crass humor. Those are the people that will love this book.
All right. Describe the artwork for the series.
Juan Romero is the artist for all Slowpokes. He is incredible. He did all the. It's a cartoonish style, but it's still very brutal and very horror like. But it's perfect for what Slowpokes is. I originally had another artist that was a little bit darker, but I'm glad that Juan stepped on and it kind of all fell into place.
Well, I think one of the best part is that some of the backers got to be killed in these various installments. So how many people are we killing off in 2? And, can they buy it for 3?
So for the third one, 5 people will be able to get killed. But in the second one, 15 people from the Kickstarter from the first one got on and were able to be killed. So I got to kill my dad in it, which is very cool. He put money down for that. So it was very cathartic, but a very like unique experience too. But I'm so glad I got to kill my fans and see where in the most creative ways possible.
So what took longer, laying out the plot, or how are you going to figure out how to kill all these people?
The plot, luckily the plot, it kind of all fell into place. Like based on the setting, I was like, all right, I can kill somebody for the zip line. I can kill somebody with the axe throwing. I can kill somebody with, they kind of all fell into place based around the summer camp.
Okay, real quick, cool swag. What do you got?
We got shirts, we got posters, we got koozies. You can get killed in it. We got a theme song. Everything.
Time's up. All right, that's it for the heart attack. We cover a lot in 5 minutes.
Not bad.
Yeah. So the artwork and the coloring is done, as I understand it already, and you're working on lettering?
Yes, the lettering is being done right now. We are almost finished with that, so I should be good to go once the Kickstarter is over to mail everything out. Yep.
Yeah, that's always nice to kind of instill that confidence that you're well on your way to having it complete.
Yeah, that's what I do before before we run everything. I make sure I'm as finished as I can be, just so it's a smoother process, and just to make sure that everything kind of falls into place. Because the last thing I want to do is say that I'm going to do something and not be able to deliver. So that's my goal for these things.
Yeah. Where can people go to back it?
Go on Kickstarter, type in Slowpokes 2. If you want to check us out on Twitter at Slowpokes Comic or the Steve Urena, which is me, feel free to follow and follow the journey.
Awesome. Well, I was a backer on your Christmas project Ex Machina, which I can pronounce correctly now.
Very good. What'd you think?
Oh, I loved it. I mean,
Good.
It was great. It was entertaining. There were parts that were unexpected, so I
Awesome.
really enjoyed it. And Lane's a star.
Yeah, Lane is a star. I cannot wait till they really are hitting it big, and then I'm very excited to have Lane on the project, and hopefully we'll be able to work together again.
Yeah, that'd be great. Well, this looks like a lot of fun. I mean, come on, Killer Sloths. Everybody should get in. It's hilarious. So
it's the sloth horror sequel of the summer. We're gonna have a hot sloth summer. You can get a nice koozie for your drink. There's even a theme song. So we're just having fun with this.
Awesome. Well, Steve, thanks so much for coming on the show and putting up with me again.
Thank you. I appreciate you having me.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, if you love the format, hit the subscribe button down there. This is Byron O'Neal on behalf of all at Comic Book Yeti. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Thanks for tuning in today to the Comic Book Yeti YouTube channel and this episode of Heart Attack. Make sure to rate, review, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.